Meantime, the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, is weighing a major rule change for public companies. This week on social media, President Trump said companies should not report earnings quarterly, but instead just twice a year. And today, SEC Chairman Paul Atkins told CNBC he welcomes that idea. This Wall Street Journal headline reads, SEC Chairman supports proposal to end quarterly reporting requirement. So I'm going to welcome in the reporter behind that piece, Corey Driebush of the Wall Street Journal. Corey, thank you so much for being with us. What are the pros and cons of this proposed rule change?
Sure. So thank you so much for having me. This is a proposal, this idea to change from mandated quarterly earnings reporting to twice a year. It's been talked about for quite a few years, actually. The president, his last term, also spoke about this and was supportive of this idea. A lot of companies would love to have this. They say that having to report every 3 months is pretty onerous, it's expensive, and it just takes a lot of time to prepare for. On the other hand, you could say that investors probably want to know more information about the companies where they're putting their money in, and they would prefer more frequent information. And you can think of some times where it's important to have that. Think of the COVID-19 pandemic, right when that was hitting. Everyone wanted to know right away how companies were being affected.
Yeah, I mean, what does this mean for the general public, especially when it comes to company transparency?
Yeah, so that's what I was speaking toward. This transparency, if you have to wait every 6 months, that there's this feeling, and academic research has been done on this subject, but there's this feeling among some long-term or some shorter-term investors and other long-term investors as well, that maybe you won't know right away if something has gone wrong or if something's going the wrong direction for a company, if maybe they're taking a sales hit, people are moving away from their product. And if you don't find out for 6 months instead of 3 months, that's a long time.
So let's talk about the timeline here. If this change does officially go through, what happens next?
Yeah, so it's not something that will happen overnight. As we broke the news about 2 weeks ago, we exclusively reported that an exchange, the Long-Term Stock Exchange, was preparing a petition on this very subject. And then a week after we broke that news, the president, as you mentioned, put out that post about how he was supportive of this idea. And now that SEC Chairman Atkins has also signaled some support for it. So any proposal will need to be published and then are most likely to be put for public comment that will last at least 30 days. So everyone from companies to investors can all write in and say and tell the SEC if they support the idea, if they don't, and then the SEC will decide on it. So we still have some time.
Corey, thank you so much.